Welcome back to the Gnostic Chef. Today, we're going to speak on clowns. Silly clown. Is it a negative thing in your mind? So the first thing that comes to mind is a negative thought, a scary thought, a happy thought. Leave your responses in the comments below. I'd love to know. But I'd love to bring up these clowns and pranksters, jesters, jokers, harlequins. They've all been throughout the ages. Mythologies use them. They've been sacred for the longest time until they become feared in the current times. Pygmy clowns were used in Egyptian culture for the pharaohs to laugh in 2500 BC. In ancient China, the clowns were used, they had a court clown, and he was used to poke fun. He was the only one that was allowed to make fun of the emperor's attempt to paint the Wall of China, Great Wall of China. Hopi Native Americans, they had a clown. It was striped white and black. Black and white clown, symbolizing that realm between the two. The Hopi clown, he was used to interrupt the serious dance rituals that they had going on. Ancient Rome had clowns. They actually had 4 different variety of clown. One of them, stupidus. Stupidus was where we get that word stupid from. Stupidus usually bald-headed and wore a long pointed hat. Multicolored outfit. This clown was famed for using innuendos and riddles. Then we had the Skura. I believe that's how that's pronounced. That clown was the lower class clown, like the hobo of today's clowns. This is usually a person, actually back then, that had a physical abnormality or mental illness. It was reported in a study that 24% of people with diagnosis who were admitted to the hospital for a condition were having religious delusional thoughts. 24%. These patients believed that they were divine human beings or that they had been spoken directly to by God. And it's interesting. Someone comes in and they're like, "Hey, God's talking to me, guys." And we stick them in a padded room. Back then we put them up as apostles. Anyways, so I thought it was interesting too because that idea transfers into other stuff. We've got the idea that comes from the author Dick Russell. He writes that schizophrenia or schizophrenics, some believe, are simply a modern manifestation of a prehistoric tribal shaman. His son, Russell's son, was diagnosed with schizophrenia. He basically exhausted all of his resources here in the States and went to Africa because his son actually in the story is biracial. Apparently there he found his roots in some shamanistic ways. And there's a book out there, My Mysterious Son, a life-changing passage between schizophrenia and shamanism. Back there, or over there in Africa, they consider someone with schizophrenia to be special, a shaman. Someone that's able to heal based through visions and what have you. Now, we stick them in padded rooms and they put them on pedestals. Seems like a drastic difference. Our culture likes to look at people or use these archetypes in entertainment. We have Joker. We started fearing clowns because of Killer Klowns, yeah, in the 80s. 88, Killer Klowns in outer space, some nonsense like that. But those clowns shifted into more scary clown, Pennywise. That basically set stone as to be a feared thing instead of it being for us to laugh at the kings and hierarchy and everything in between that was making us upset at the time. They now were a scary thing. Joker, to point out the obvious of the degradation of society, and he was villainized. Then we have Simpsons with Krusty the Clown, and he's selling you trash, but guess who Krusty is? The greatest clown of all. The one that everyone reveres. Mr. Ronald McDonald himself, guys. Come on, take Ronald McDonald. He's the greatest clown of all because he's tricked us all. Or not us, but there's people out there that are eating that stuff and telling you what a thing. But my favorite clown would be Jack, exposing the atrocities of Christmas and then being villainized there. All he thought was, why are these kids are only being good because they're going to want to receive a gift. So he thought he might change that up so people might, actually care for the day. But the clown should be not a feared thing. The clown should be what it used to be. I feel like comedians now might be a version of a clown, no? Poking fun. They're even trying to take that now. And when I say they, I mean the collective. The court of public opinion. The majority. Who else? Who else can you think of? Who else can you think of now is poking fun at the mainstream? Would I be a clown? Could you call me clown? Should I be offended to be the clown? Would you be offended if you were called a clown? These are all things that we have to look at with a different set of eyes. Maybe just one eye instead of... because those that see with the one eye see all. King James Version. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. That's Matthew 6:22, baby. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Your two eyes can lie. There's a place in between. The virgin might step in and block you from the thing you may not want to see. So don't be afraid. Just open it up. Allow it in. Thank you for stopping in. The Sacred Clown is big time. Big time, guys. You should definitely look into these types of things, and maybe we can collectively come together and make some changes around this place we call Mother Earth. I mean, you ever done this before? A little shift of that word, Earth. You take H from the end, put it at the front of it. You got a heart. We are supplying that heart with the energy to keep it going. So make sure you're sending out some positive vibrations because we're going to need it. Peace and love, blessings be with you on your journey. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe if you do. If not, it's okay. Blessings to you as well.